Done with sports talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, let's move on to the heavyweights and bam. Man, I can do that all month now. I don't need to be putting on the other hat at the end of the day when it comes to the heavyweight scene. And, remember the Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder's negotiations? We call it the circus. And through the whole time, we were calling every single thing that was about to happen. Like we were Domus up in here and something. The whole time. Didn't get anything wrong because it's really transparent. If you just have an open mind, you just see most of the times between these guys, everybody was telling you what was about to happen. Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua finagled their way through those negotiations, and it didn't have to go down that way. Well, those negotiations are over, but we still got the residue. The next things that we said was going to happen, right? Eddie Hearn stated recently that Dillian Whyte is the front runner for the fight on April 13th with Anthony Joshua. Now, is that surprising? Anybody that's been here over one or two times when we're talking that subject, we've always said Dillian Whyte's next, period, especially if he fought Joseph Parker, right? He was going to be next. It's not a bad thing for a British dust-up, right? Matter of fact, they're making the Wembley Stadium even bigger on April 13th. I hope they can feel it. I hope they can feel it with the Dillian Whyte fight. But in England, it's possible, right? But nobody's fooled here. Eddie Hearn says the reason why is because Deontay Wilder won't communicate with him no more. They're their team, And you wonder, we got IFL TV over there in England, and then, similar to Fox News. You got some different media going on. Fox News saying this about Trump, CNN saying this about Trump. IFL, let him get away with that, about the April 13th Dillian Whyte thing. It's like, well, duh, we've been seeing it the whole time. You know what I mean? And Deontay Wilder and them, they shouldn't be wanting to communicate with Eddie Hearn anytime soon after what they've been through. I mean, we can chronologize it because we have. We're talking about when you talk to Dillian Whyte for the first thing. Remember Eddie Hearn asking Deontay Wilder, telling him, instead of Joshua, you need to come get your profile bigger and fight Dillian Whyte. Joshua trying to unify the division. You go to Dillian Whyte. So what does Deontay Wilder say? Okay, well, to tell you what. Then I'll fight Dillian Whyte if you put Joshua in the contract. That's next. Nope. Too much to ask for. Okay, so then their fight starts getting negotiated. We know what went down in there. First offer was 12.5 for 12.5 million flat rate for Deontay Wilder to come to England. Deontay Wilder was quiet for a week, come back, offers Anthony Joshua the biggest purse in heavyweight history. The biggest purse in heavyweight history. The biggest purse in heavyweight history. So you don't have to remind that. The biggest purse in heavyweight history, $50 million, and it wasn't flat. Could have went up to be a lot more, significantly more than that. That was for one fight, but the two-fight deal was for $80 million, even if Anthony Joshua lost. That was in the contract that they sent to Anthony Joshua. They didn't want to do it. They had to come to Las Vegas to do it. They didn't want to do that, right? So Deontay Wilder says, well, Anthony Joshua wants to fight in England all of a sudden, but that's okay. So Deontay Wilder asked for 60-40, going to England. That's too much. They offered Deontay Wilder $15 million flat. Doesn't go up. Can get even 40% of the proceeds. Too much to answer. So Deontay Wilder says basically no, $15 million, then signs it just so we can get the fight, which was ridiculous. He should have never done that, but did. And after that happens, what happens? 24 hours later, boom. 8 hours later, the WBA comes in and says, you got to fight Alexander Povetkin. Right? And you got 24 hours to do that. And it took him 3 weeks after that 24-hour deadline. But that's just the point. So at that point, even with all of the words and the names was called and the lies that were put in the media, all of that, right? No, Deontay Wilder shouldn't be wanting to talk to him anytime soon. So fight Dillian Whyte, right? Everybody's saying Deontay Wilder has a certain amount of money he's supposed to be making, and up until now, 2.5, whatever. Fury is going to be something different. Right? You shouldn't be wanting to talk to him. So, yeah, you got to fight Dillian Whyte, and good for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I've just noticed a lot of stuff, when you're looking at these people that are getting away with this and this A-side and this stuff, Deontay Wilder, bottom line, it's America's fault, to be honest with you. Because I'm going to just say something that, just sometimes you don't want to say it, but it's the truth. Deontay Wilder was a white guy. right? We wouldn't be talking about who's the A side in this fight with Anthony Joshua. If he's a white American, say 23 and 0 with 14 KOs, that would have been enough. But 39 and 40 and 0 with 39 KOs and a white dude, Anthony Joshua would not be the A side. That's where the real problem lies, because Deontay Wilder, like I've been saying from the beginning, should be a mega star, and he would be if he was in any other country. So that's the bottom line. We're just going through that now. We're looking at what we got. Everything else that's proven this right now with our presidency. Everybody's not good with power, though. You know what I'm saying? If you got too much power, if it's Eddie Hearn and Donald Trump, if it's the Pope and the Catholic Church is acting up, molesting children at an astronomical rate, right? Because they're in a position of power, right? You guys get too much power, men can't handle it. Men can't handle it. So we're talking just to boxing right now, because don't get me started on that. I might do an extra video about what's going on in the world. But right now, just in boxing, the promoter gets too many people behind them, too much power. They're going to continue to exploit it, right? There's no reason in the world we shouldn't have got that one fight between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. But if the fans are sitting there not saying nothing about it, then that is what's going to happen. Serious is that. You know what I'm saying? Dillian Whyte versus Anthony Joshua on April the 13th. Not a bad fight. I just don't think Dillian Whyte should be over here talking about calling Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury cowards when he had the opportunity to fight Deontay Wilder. Just had to go through Ortiz to do it, or go over to Bulgaria and fight Kubrat Pulev, and didn't want to do that either. You know, got lucky to fight Joseph Parker. It seems like in England right now, because you got a lot of fans, you're going around the rules. Here you go, here with mandatory positions, you can go do it that way. But no, we're going to fight who we want and then start screaming about championship matches, right? When they have the way to do it. You know, mandatory position, #1 position, things like that. So it's luckily, but here's the difference. Now, I wasn't going to watch. I ain't watching Alexander Povetkin against Anthony Joshua. But I would watch Dillian Whyte versus Anthony Joshua. That's going to be a good fight. I've been saying it the whole time. You know, no matter what and how it materializes, and we're not going to get unification, Dillian Whyte versus Anthony Joshua is going to be a good fight. It's going to be a good fight because these boys, you know, they're going to go at each other. And Dillian's a little bit better. You would still go for Anthony Joshua on the fight because I just think Anthony Joshua's a little bit stronger. I think he cleaner punches, things like that. I think it'll probably just take him a little bit longer this time. Dillian is a little bit better than he was at that particular time, and plus he's going to have both arms. But I'm just saying, Dillian, has a tendency to want to scrap 24/7. If Derek Chisora can give you a close match, right? Joseph Parker almost had him out of there. He barely beat Robert Helenius. If you add all that together, then you're thinking that Anthony Joshua going to get him in the end. I just think Dillian Whyte's dog is going to make that a great fight, right? So I ain't hating on the fight, whatever. I would rather see unification. I'd rather see people be a little bit more fair around here. I'd rather be, things like that. But when it comes fight night between those two, I will be tuning in. So, Anthony Joshua versus Dillian Whyte in April. He's the front runner. That's what Eddie Hearn says. And it's nobody here. The 4 people that come through here, we all knew that. So let's do a resounding boom. Doing sports talk worldwide. I'm up out of here, y'all.